So Genesis 12, which is interesting because this is a little bit of a detour from Matthew, but we'll get to Matthew soon enough. I'm going to cover something that's just kind of gnawing at me. So I'm gonna toss a few things out here, just some preliminary thoughts. And the Lord said to Abram, "Get out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and I will make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. I will bless them that bless thee, and I will curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all of the families of the earth be blessed." Now, we have a lot of people who say that's a reference to Israel. It's not what that's saying, though. The Lord is talking to Abram in Genesis 12 specifically. Now, we come to New Covenant, we come to the New Testament in Galatians and Romans 4, and we say, what then shall we say about our father Abraham, in this case? The Lord is talking specifically, what Abraham represents in the New Testament is the picture of faith. So those people who are followers of the King. So the extension of this is not merely to a special dispensation specifically for Israel, because you have a lot of Jews that you see that are not walking in faith. They're walking in a gross form of atheism. They do not get the Lord at all, and they do not know the Lord. They do not follow the Lord, and they do not want to follow the Lord. And a lot of them are bitter because of things like Holocaust. A lot of them are bitter because of other dynamics there. The Lord didn't rescue us, therefore we're not going to listen to him or pay any heed to him. What this is saying, Genesis 12:3, I think possibly a further application or a more precise application is that he's talking to people who are walking in faith and following him. There is a specific blessing to those who follow the Lord. You know, we are, what is it? We are Abraham's heirs, heirs according to the promise, Abraham's children, because of faith. So repeatedly throughout Galatians and Romans, there's this picture of Abraham and faith, and the blessing that comes from faith. Hebrews 11:1. Now without faith it is impossible to please God. No, that's 11:6, excuse me. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. 11:1. 11:6. Without faith it is impossible to please God. Now by faith Abraham, let me go over to Hebrews 11. Read this bits and pieces here because this is eminently applicable. Not merely a dispensation. Right. By faith, so chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen, for by it the people of old received their commendation. By faith we understand that the universe was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was not made out of things that are visible. In other words, the Lord made what is seen out of that which is unseen. Here it is, verse 8. By faith Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place that he was to receive as an inheritance. And he went out, not knowing where he was going. By faith he went to live in the land of promise, as in a foreign land, living in tents with Isaac and Jacob, heirs with him of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city that has foundations, whose builder and maker, whose designer and builder, whose architecton is God. By faith Sarah received power to conceive even when she was past the age, since she considered him faithful who had promised. Therefore from one man, and him as good as dead, were born descendants as many as the stars of the heavens, and as many as the innumerable grains of sand by the seashore. These all died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, and having acknowledged that they were strangers and exiles in the earth, on the earth. What is missing when we are... You're good. What is missing from our execution in this is we think it's unconditional promise to the children of Israel, and specifically it's tied to Abraham and those who walk in accordance with Abraham's lifestyle, which was one of faith. We are responsible to walk in faith. If we want to inherit that, I will bless him that blesses you, and the one who dishonors you I will curse. What's required is faith. We are Abraham's heirs, children according to the promise. We're grafted in. Those of us who are Gentiles, who were Gentiles formerly, who are non-Jews. And those who are Jews get grafted and regrafted in, back into the place as they begin the process of following the Hamashiach, Yeshua. Our responsibility is to walk in faith. Our responsibility is to have a living, breathing faith, and not just one that's based in a list of rules and regs, and think that our rules and regs and our Talmud and our Mishnah and our Gemara and our application of this or that interpretation of Torah is going to save us. It is not. It is faith that is going to save us. It is a living and breathing connection with the King. El Olam, God of the ages, from everlasting to everlasting. Our responsibility is to flow with him in faith. And to the degree that we walk in faith, there is a blessing and a protection from season to season. There will be seasons of pain. There will be seasons of productive pain, hopefully, if we learn from the pain. But there will also be seasons of great joy and great harvest. He will doubtless rejoice with him, bringing his sheaves in with him. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Do you have anything to add, my dear? Okay. So, gang, those are just some thoughts that were kind of there burning, and I didn't have correct full articulation of them, but I think we get caught up when we read this in thinking, oh, that's only the children of Israel, and if we have to bless them and support them militarily and everything else and politically, or else God's going to wipe us off the face of the planet. That's not what this is saying. This is saying us walk in faith, us connecting with them, us connecting with him, us walking with him. So, guys, just deeply consider these things and don't just accept what some preacher is telling you to swallow. Do your research and walk in a living, vibrant relationship with the King and with the Messiah. So, be blessed, and we love you. Bye-bye.